Good morning, good morning. Good morning, parents. Current viewers, 1. Sounds like the parents. So, uh, as usual, this is Qigong. It's Thursday, August 27th, and start out with some warm-ups. We'll do some movement details covering movement number 12, the 3 parts of movement number 12, and then do the form together. But starting out with warm-ups, feet together, and waist rotations. So letting the biggest point of the rotation be around the dimeridian. Keeping the feet still, keeping the top of the head still, Baihui open to the sky, feet sinking into the ground. Then massaging up and down on the back, and back and forth. Then other direction, switching so that whatever direction you weren't going, you are going now. The idea is to have the mount that you're going forward, side, back, side be the same. All the transition points between those directions. To get that distance the same, it's going to be a different amount of effort in each direction since each side is different, front and back is different as far as what's engaged, and one has to relax to make the distance the same. And then palm over palm into chest, massage. Switch which hand is on top, massage in the other direction. And we'll do the hip rotation, so feet are parallel, shoulder wide, hands are on Huantiao or either the palms or the fingers, and hip rotation. Same idea of making equal orbits. Keeping the top of the head still and aligned with the sky. Feet are sinking into the ground and the weight transitions around just like our hips are orbiting, the weight orbits around on the bottom of the feet. And massaging Huantiao and massaging lower back. Other direction. And throughout all the warm-ups, just letting the breathing come naturally and easily. Tongue is touching on the palate of the mouth, just resting behind the teeth. Then bringing palm over palm, aligning Lao Gongs, and bringing them into lower Dantian, massaging. Letting all the internal organs be loose and soft and absorbing. Switching which hand is on top, and massaging in the other direction. Feet back together, resting palms on the knees for knee rotations, and want to keep the back straight for this so that as the knees rotate, it's really the hips that are doing the work of going up and down, not having your back be bent. And eyes are out on the floor in front rather than looking down, which also would prevent the back from being straight. And then massaging down the inside up on the outside of the kneecaps. And other direction. Down on the outside of the kneecaps, up on the inside of the kneecaps. And then for a variation on the knee rotation, second round, can either not go down as low and have the hands higher up on the thighs, or can sink deeper and let the heels come up off the ground. Then massaging down the outsides of the legs. Other direction. And then up the insides of the legs. Feet back together, interlace the fingers, and then we'll do the arm rotations, eyes watching the hands as they come away, and then back into upper dantian, and mind's eye following through upper dantian, middle dantian, lower dantian as the hands descend down the front of the body before going out again. Then pushing up, looking up. Relaxing, coming back to center, and pushing up again. Relaxing. Up. Expanding through the whole front of the body. Relax, and then up to the right, letting the left side of the body expand. Center and right. Center, right again. Then center to the left. Center and then left. Letting the right side of the body expand and open up. Extending through the wrist and elbow, shoulder, ribs, hip, knee, ankle, and back to center. More on the left, up from the ankle, knee, hip, ribs, shoulder, elbow, wrist. Back to center, and then folding from the hua, always folding from the hip joint, coming down, and circles in front. Arm circles. And as you fold for these arm circles, looking for the extension through the back of the legs, keeping the back straight and supported with the core. And then pushing down upper dantian towards the floor. Then outside the right toe. Pivoting, turning, outside the left toe. And then just hanging out, grasping elbows. Grasping ankles. And massage down the sides of the legs, all the way from Huantiao, past the knees, past the ankles. And then patting down the legs. Coming up, we'll do rounded kicks before chin to toe. So protecting the back, hands on the shoe kidney points, and we'll kick with the heels down the bottom of the leg, the back of the leg, and with each kick bring the foot down gently to the floor so that it lands quietly, softly, gradually. And then kicking with the toes down the top of the leg. Then feet back together. For pretzel maneuver, right hand comes over the left shoulder, left hand in front of the face. Look to the right. Aligning palms with ears. Relax. And then left hand over right shoulder, right hand in front of the face, look to the left. Relax. Right hand over left shoulder, left hand in front of the face, looking right. Relax, and then left hand over the right shoulder, right hand in front of the face, look left. Relax, and then landing the hands on the corner of the shoulder and under the arm. And we'll do arm rotations. First bending the left leg and letting the right leg extend. Left hand on top of the left thigh. Letting the right shoulder hang loose. And bringing the torso in line with the bent leg. Bring the hand up the front of the body and down, back, up in front, down and back. Then up and back and down in front. Pivoting on the heels. Up in front, down in the back. Left arm swinging. then up the back, down in front, the left arm swinging. Slapping or patting on top of the shoulder and across the back. Using a slight sway of the torso to give the arms momentum and let that momentum do the work. And pivoting on heels. And more patting, slapping massage. Back to center, massaging in circles on the back. Those shoe kidney points. And bow, sides of the body, the ribs. And lower dantian, lower lymph nodes. Back to middle dantian, the chest, being sure to get collarbone in there. A little bit off center to be able to do that. Other side. And getting the shoulder. Using the opposite hand to grab the elbow to get a little extra reach. Then patting. Other side, using the left hand to get the right shoulder. Patting. Arms parallel to the ground to massage up from the fingertips, past the wrist, past the elbow, past the shoulder, with each brush up the arm, being sure to get to the ends of the fingers, including the thumb. Then down. And in the form, there's not a lot of times when we're actually touching the body, so with these massages, you can be vigorous with them if you want and really get the blood flowing, warm up the arms. Other side, up from the fingertips, connecting the palm with the fingertips, including the thumb, brushing up the arm. And then down from the shoulder. Shaking out the hands. And the wrists, elbows and shoulders, letting them be loose and relaxed and just shaking. And we'll do fingertips to fingertips, brushing past the webbing of the hands, past the wrist. Eye-hand coordination massage. Switch hands on top. Right hand going over the left fingers, connecting fingertip to fingertip with each brush. Massaging the palm while going, bring the middle finger down into the center of the palm. Looking for the empty space. And say we'll be using the point opposite of Laogong. There's Laogong in the palm, and then there's the outer Laogong on the other side of the hand. And since the Laogong is really inside the hand. It's kind of the same point. But if you are finding a hollow in between the pointer finger and middle finger that you're massaging and then connects through the hand. And other side, finding Laogong, massaging. And massaging the front and the back at the same time. Warming up the palm. And going to the ends of the fingers. I missed going to the ends of the fingers on the other side, so back to the other side and massaging the warmth of the palm out to the ends of the fingers, twice on the pinky. Then we can massage Fugu, which is in the mound of meat in between the thumb and the pointer finger. Other side. As the palms aren't long, give them some extra friction and then massage the neck. Move to the shoulder. Other side. Then the neck, so cradling with the left hand and using the right hand to brush past the from the collarbone past the chin. And curling with the right hand and brushing with the left hand. Massaging the temple in between the corner of the eye and the corner of the ear. Massaging the corners of the eyes, going along the orbit of the eye, finding a divot, right eyes point. Corners of the nose. And then massaging the mouth using V of the fingers and making sure that the corner, the angle of that V gets to both sides of the mouth. And switching sides. Then we'll do the ears, massaging the ears, getting all the ears, getting the whorls of the ears. Then forming a V with the fingers again and going up the cheek, front and back of the ear. And then palms over the ears for drums of heaven, just tapping with the fingers. And wash face, comb hair. First, getting rid of any stale, stagnant, tired chi. And then completing the sphere on the head. Not actually touching the head, neck, or hands together during this. One leg stand. Letting all the weight come into the right leg and feeling the stability. All of the foot connected to the ground, as much of the foot as possible. Heel, toes spread, ball of the foot, sides of the feet, everything touching the ground, sinking into the ground, and letting that stability come up through the ankle, through the knee, through the hips, and then that supports lower dantian, middle dantian, upper dantian, the entire stack, and the left leg is free to play. You can just wiggle the ankle, you can do heel to toe, playing with the alternating between the heel and the toe on the floor, and just change where that foot is touching on the ground. If you aren't feeling too stable and want the security of having the foot near the floor, you can just brush the right foot around on the floor. You can lift the leg if you're feeling it. And then as the foot comes down, letting it find the floor gradually and transferring the weight. Noticing where it's 50-50, 75, and then 100. Again, letting the foot be full, toes spread, ball and heel, sides of the feet all connecting, sinking into the ground, supporting the ankle, supporting knee, supporting the hips, supporting the stack, all the dantians above it. And then right leg is light, free to play, heel toe, wiggle the ankle, brush the ground, lift the leg. And as the leg comes down, letting it find the ground, softly, gradually transferring the weight. Letting the right support again so that the left can play. Left comes down, finds the ground softly, quietly, gradually transfers weight. Right is light. Right foot comes down, then we'll stretch out the insides of the legs. So doing that by letting the left leg bend and the right leg be straight. And the left hand can rest on the left thigh. Right hand is parallel, right arm is parallel with the right foot, right leg, and pointing the fingers down into the ground. Eyes follow the fingers into the ground, then forming claw with the left hand. Switching sides, bending the right leg. Left leg is extended, left fingers out through the parallel to the left leg and foot and pointing down to the ground, eyes follow along. Formal claw. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Back to center and massaging up the insides of the legs. Wait a second, did we do kicks and then totally skip chin to toe? I think we skipped chin to toe. Can't skip chin to toe, have to do chin to toe. Thought we were almost done with warm-ups. But we skipped the most important, the most fun one, chin to toe. So weight through the left leg, aligning torso to the extended right leg, grasping the elbows, folding, and making circles down the front leg, up the toes back towards yourself. The chin is aligned to the toe. Bai Hui is pointing forward. Back is extended, long and straight. Eyes are on the floor. Reaching out with 10 fingers. And then massaging. And then patting down the legs. And if you have trouble getting the extension down to the ankle, you can bend the knee to be sure that your pats get all the way down to the ankle joint. And then mind the back on the way up. And walk it off. Back over to the left side. Lining the torso to the left leg that's extended, grasping the elbows, folding from the hua. Circles down the leg, up the toes back towards yourself. Eyes looking down to the floor, chin and toe are aligned to each other. Back is straight. And reaching into the ground with 10 fingers. Massaging a little bit harder coming down on the outside, a little bit harder coming up on the inside. And then patting down the leg again, can bend the leg if that helps you get down to the ankle joint. Finding the back on the way up, walking it off. Then back to the right side. Round two, chin to toe. Lining torso to the extended right leg, 6 fingers, 3 on each hand. Folding from the hua. Extending the arms into the ground, eyes are extending into the ground. Chin lines with the toe. Two fingers, 1 on each hand. Grasping the toe. Massaging. And patting down the leg. Lining the back on the way up, walking it off. And left side again. Extended left leg, Aligning the torso, 6 fingers, fold from the hua. Arms extending into the ground, fingers extending into the ground, eyes extending into the ground. Chin and toe aligned. Pointing with the fingers, 2 fingers, 1 on each hand, into the ground. Grasping toe. Massage. And pat. Okay. Now, normally we'd do another round of standing kicks, but since we got to the point of the warm-ups where we're doing walking kicks, let's just do walking kicks. Protecting the back and kicking with the heel down the back of the leg as we walk. Using the same idea of bringing the foot softly down on the ground with each kick. And then kicking with the toes down the top of the leg. And then landing the top of the foot across the back of the heel, across the Achilles tendon. And then walking, meditation, again letting each foot fall, be quiet, soft and gentle, finding the ground gradually. And that's enough warm-ups. And do a single bow and transition into movement details for the day. So today we're looking at movement number 12, which has a lot going on. And that's why I break it down into 3 parts. If we review what happened last week, I'll do it facing this way for variety's sake, and so you get the side view and the front view over time. We had just interlaced our fingers over Baihui, and as we did do that, the shoulders are relaxed and the arms are round, and then we're pointing down with the palms through the body. So as the palms are pointing down into the Baihui through upper Dantian, middle Dantian, lower Dantian, and then into the floor, everything is pointing down and sinking. It's very yin, consolidated energy, and then as we turn the arms over, it's coming up from the ground, yang, expansion, movement, up from the feet through the knees and hips and lower, middle, upper Dantian, and as we're pushing up, all of that is pushing up towards the sky, and the eyes are looking up towards the sky. And then when we fold over, that fullness that we experienced as we push up through the whole body, that fullness is maintained. The elbows are still a little bit soft and rounded. It's not locked elbows. As we fold from the hua, bringing that fullness with us as far down as is comfortable, supporting the body with the core, back is straight, and coming down just far enough where the hands wind up aligned in between upper Dantian and the floor. And then the hands come up, bending the elbows. If you're down low enough, then you don't bring the hands up past the knees. Other than that, I would say don't bring them up past the waist, and then come over to the left, push down, aligning upper dantian to the floor, hands in the middle, then coming back to center. And this is where we were at the end of last week, so this begins the new movements. And I'll just go through the whole thing and then go into more detail. But first, the hands release, they unclasp, hands come past each foot, the hands turn over, and the left foot pivots on the ball, the torso pivots to align with it at the same time, and the right hand comes under the left elbow. Then we rock forward, the right heel comes up off the ground, the left hand comes under the right elbow, and we rock back, left toe coming off the ground. And that's the movement for today. Number 12 is the aligning, releasing the hands is the first part, and then doing the alignment of the torso and leg, and then doing the rocking forward and back. And the rock forward and back is probably the most complex of all of those, and I'd like to break that down into doing the feet and the arms and hands separately. And another reason to do that is because you don't want to do this move over and over and over again, being bent over. No matter how great your core is, you're going to start feeling that in your back. So, to look at the feet first with this movement, they're standard, parallel to each other, and then to be able to pivot on the left toe, the weight comes into the right leg. So the right leg is doing all the supporting, so it's practically a one-leg stand. You don't need any weight in the left. And then once the left is free and light, then can pivot on the left toe, and the heel comes up off the ground to do that. So the heel is up, and you don't have to have zero weight in the left foot. Having a little bit of weight in it allows you to massage the bubbling spring point in the ball of the foot as you're turning, so it's actually giving you a massage, or you're giving yourself a massage as you do this twist, pivot, so that your left leg is out and your torso is aligned to it. And the exact number of degrees doesn't matter so much, just whatever feels right. No more than, well, definitely less than 90, not 90, maybe 45 or maybe even 35. And then what happens is we bring the weight forward so that the left foot is fully on the ground, heel, toes, ball, and the right heel comes up as we rock forward. And then as we rock back, the right foot is entirely touching the ground, heel, toes, ball, and then the left toe comes up. And that gets us in position to do the macrocosmic orbit, having the left toe up. So, do it from the side just to go over all that again, pivoting, weight shifts into the right, pivoting on the left toe, massaging bubbling spring point, and then we rock forward, right heel comes up, we rock back, left toe comes up. That's what's up with the feet. That's what's going on with the feet in movement number 12. Hands in movement number 12 is start out with the fingers interlaced, because we had just folded over, and then as the fingers release, they don't lose connection with each other. The hands and arms don't lose connection with each other, even though they're pushing out past each foot. And you don't have to push out far past each foot. less than an inch is fine. But getting past the foot, there's still a roundness in the chest that's being held between the arms and the softness in the shoulders. And then as the hands and arms turn over, it's not just the wrist twisting, it's the whole arm moving together. And it's kind of like contact juggling. If you had a ball on the back of your hand and you turn your arm over, you want to keep that ball with you the whole time. So I got this little ball. It's actually a pig. And that happens all the way up the arm. You're connecting with the chi that you're holding, the softness throughout that area with the whole arm as it turns over, so that everything is working together. And if you're not worried about chi and you don't care about all the energy stuff, then it's really just making sure that the shoulders remain soft and relaxed, that the chest is open, and that your shoulders aren't hunched, and then that your core is engaged but not constricted, but engaged, so that your back isn't doing the lifting and hard work as you're folded over at whatever angle, but it's the core that's part of that. And that is this whole sphere that you're holding mechanically. It's that soft engagement of your entire body for that. And then, so we pushed out, and then turned the arms over, and then as we come over to the side doing the pivot, the right hand wants to wind up under the left elbow, and that movement is happening at the same time as the torso is turning. So as the torso is coming, the right hand is finding its way under the left elbow, and like all the movements, effortless effort is the key. So you don't want to make a beeline and just go absolutely straight, which is going to take up too much energy, too much effort, too much focus. We also don't want to let it just fall down and then have to wind up bringing it back up, which is not enough energy or effort or focus in it, but just letting it find its way in some kind of soft, round arc. And if you're holding everything kind of softly, then that softness is just following along with the trend. And you don't have to intentionally curve it, but because everything is soft, it'll wind up not being a straight line as you come over. And then once the right hand is under the left elbow, when we rock forward, the right Lao Gong is tracing along the bottom of the left arm and hand. And then when the Lao Gongs are aligned, when the Lao Gongs are aligned, then the left hand is the one that's doing the tracing, but it's doing the tracing with the back of its Lao Gong. The outside Lao Gong traces up the inside of the right arm. And then the left hand sneaks under the right elbow. And then we rock back, doing the same tracing, but now the left hand inside palm is tracing the outside of the right arm. And then Lao Gongs are aligned, and the right arm traces down the inside of the left arm. And then we're ready to do the macrocosmic orbit. Do a close there. And since the arm movement can be kind of a movement on its own, we can shake out the arms and relax them and then just play with that without bending over or without playing with our torso. We can play with tracing the arms, aligning the palms, tracing with the arms, switching the elbows, tracing palms, tracing elbow, tracing palms, tracing elbow, and just play with that kind of stirring and alignment to see how it feels. And even that alone can be a warm-up or a practice or an exercise that you do just to warm up the forearms and to make this movement feel more fluid and natural as we're doing it in the form. Get some practice just like this. And then what else is going on in this move? I'll just do it again facing this direction since that's how I started, but then I wound up facing the camera again. But I won't do all of last week's movements. I'll just start out from where we were at, which was down in the center with the arms soft and the back is straight, by is pointing forward. The fingers come apart and we push past the feet with the respective hands, turning the arms over, weighting to the right to pivot on the left. Everything at a 35-degree, 45-degree angle, and right hand is under the left elbow, rocking forward, palms aligned. Switch the left hand under the right elbow and then rock back, left toe comes up, form the claw with the left. That's getting into next week. Don't want to cheat. Close right there. So, plenty of detail on that one. Probably want to get to doing the form because it takes a long time to talk about all that. But if you do have any questions or ideas on how that all works, movement number 12 in all of its complexity, reach out, let me know your ideas, little things you're working on, etc. Always eager to hear those things and to talk through them. And this, like all of the movements, it's a lifelong practice. So that means it'll keep on changing as you do more and more of the form. The movements start informing each other and showing you depths in the different movements, and as you become aware of different parts of your body and the mechanics of them and how they align in your range of motion in different parts of your body, then that adds depth and complexity to the movements. So it keeps on growing and growing as far as the interesting things that are happening. Even though we're focused on the arm, there's a lot going on in the whole body, and that allows Qigong to be a lifelong practice and also a life full practice. As you're going through life, even if you're not technically doing the form, you can still carry that awareness with you, and that's the secret. That's the secret of Qigong. Moving meditation. Meditate all the time, all day long. Anytime you remember to, you're doing Qigong. So, can do 3 bows to prepare for the form. Thanking each other for coming together and making space. Thinking of anybody that we know needs some extra chi. And then doing a bow. Respecting our teachers and our teachers' teachers and the form itself. And the geese that the form came from. And then bow to environment, earth, sky, everything in between, all the space we have to do the form. And speaking of space, you can find your space wherever you are, and if there's any warm-up that you want to do that we didn't do, maybe forgot one, or there's a warm-up that you like to do that's not part of the usual Qigong set, just want to get comfortable in your body, make sure that everything feels good and can be relaxed and loose, laxoosed for the form. And finding your place, shoulders relaxed, feet parallel, feet sinking down into the ground, supporting through the ankles, knees, hips, lower, middle, upper, dantian stacked, byway open to the sky and orbiting around center, letting a slight sway gradually dial in to a soft center that's not static but constantly moving just the tiniest bit. Tongue touching lightly, and begin. Hands coming down the legs, scooping through the earth, opening to the sky. Hands into lower dantian, pushing the wings, turning the arms over, swimming back. Spell. Push, set the wings. Spell. Hands to the chest, fingers past the neck, past the face, up over the head to upper dantian, up over byway, opening up the elbows, interlacing the fingers. Everything turns over, pushing up, folding, pushing down outside the left toe, up to the knees, pushing down outside the right toe. And this week's move, rocking forward, rocking back, forming claw, macrocosmic orbit with the right hand, swoop, flap, flap, flap. And then right hand lands above the collarbone, left hand macrocosmic orbit. Flap, flap, flap. Left hand to middle dantian, chest, right hand drops and stir. Right hands like clouds. Rinse waist. Single wing. Wrap. Drake moon for water. Turn around. Look at the moon. Push on the left. Push on the right. Begin to flutter and fly up. Looking out over the water. And fly over water. Drink water. Then we digest water. Shaking, pausing, absorbing, shaking, absorbing, shaking, resting, grasp chi. And grasp chi, palms up. Ten. And curling the fingers, spiraling past the face, up to the sky. Bring the big ball of chi down to the feet, earth, over the left side, up to waist high, and massaging the ball from the left to the right. Turning the ball over, massaging from the right to the left. Back to center. Holding, absorbing. Up the front of the body, to the sky, down to the earth. Standing meditation. Okay, rising up, hands to upper dantian, down the front of the body, pausing, lower dantian. Okay, continue. Palms, Wantiao, Hugu, Wantiao. Arms up to shoulder high, expel. Form claw. And then on the back, open the claw and shake, and then make space for the 7 steps if you need. Then pause and relax. Shake again. One more shake. Relaxing, and then we go into the first of the 7 steps, gliding. Number 6 and number 7. Fluttering at lower dantian, pivoting left heel, pivoting right heel, fluttering up, sides, forward, taking a step, and then flying up. Fluttering to lower dantian, pivoting left heel, pivoting right heel, fluttering up. And searching for food. 6, 7. Palm over knees to lower dantian, pivot on the left heel, pivot on the right heel, build a nest. Number 7. Pivoting on the left heel, bring the right foot parallel, fluttering to upper dantian, past the face, neck. And at middle dantian, the fluttering subsides, fingers come together and land on lower dantian, and we sleep. Down on the heels, way up. Hands to upper dantian for close. All the way down, fingers pointing down before coming to the sides. And back at our starting 0 position. Everything relaxed, balanced. Tongue touching lightly. And feet come back together. And walking meditation. Okay, that's the form, all 64 moves. We went overtime. I talked too much today. But thank you for practicing. Thank you for coming together. And thanks to our teachers and the lineage holders and all those wild, crazy geese that came up with this form. And then bow to the world around us that we're going to carry Qigong into, carry all our good Qi into today. Thanks for practicing. We'll see about Saturday if it's going to be outside or not. The air was green yesterday. I haven't looked to see what it is today, but it's looking pretty gray out. See if that's smog or fog, fire or water. And yeah, otherwise I'll see you next week. Have fun practicing. Bye.